there was no time in between at all. And if not Zamundans, and if not African streets or African actors, at least get the accents right. At least get the accents right. Accents. So hello you guys, welcome back to another episode of Laraddiji's LinPRinP. It's the LTBM section of my channel where I attempt and hopefully succeed at making you think to laugh and laugh to think. Today we'll be discussing this new movie. I'm sure you've heard all about it, being released just last week, and it's none other than Coming to America Part 2. We have Miss Jogo and Miss Jugo in the LinPRinP home studio. All right, Miss Jogo and Miss Jugo. Hi, Miss Jogo, and hi, Miss Jugo. Who are they, you might ask? They're my very good friends from way back while I was in school studying and learning to be a big and independent lady. They'll be helping me out on today's episode and many more. If you like this one, then leave a comment in the comment section with a number. All right, number 3 means keep them coming. Tell me what made you laugh. All right, number 2 is it could have been better, and then you can give me suggestions. And 1, if you comment 1, that means, Lara, why did you even do this? Tell me what killed it for you. All right, Miss Jogo was actually my high school classmates, and I always loved her opinion on the issues of life. She has helped me out a great deal all through my high school education years. So Ms. Jogo, it's nice to have you here. I am so glad to be here. Thank you for inviting me. Ms. Jogo actually was my college roommate. I loved her point of view on matters of living life as well, and she tremendously helped my stay in college a memorable one. So Ms. Jogo, nice to have you here. It's nice to be here. As you all know, or maybe you've forgotten, I am Jiggy, and like I said earlier, we'll be dissecting the movie Coming to America. So ladies, let's hear it. So tell me, you guys, what were you hoping to see in this movie? What were you hoping? What were your expectations about Coming to America Part 2? What were you hoping to see? You guys can jump in at any time. I can go first on this one, so I'll go first on this one. Well, it's been over 30 years since the first Coming to America, and Hakim is supposed to be living in Zamunda. I was actually hoping to see what Zamunda looked like. You know, I was hoping to see the streets of Zamunda. I was hoping to see what Zamundians did for a living, you know, what they were known for. I wanted to see what they wore, how they talked, you know, and many more of what a people should be like. And how about you, Ms. Jogo? I actually researched the movie afterwards, and the movie was shot in Georgia. So you definitely wouldn't be seeing any African streets in Georgia. What I would have loved to see was more African actors. Well, you're right. For crying out loud, they're supposed to be in Africa. I think they could have gotten some great African actors to act in this second part of Coming to America. I mean, it's been 30 years and a lot has changed. And I'm surprised that they still went with the view of Africa from 30 years ago. It felt like there was no time in between at all. And if not Zamundans, and if not African streets or African actors, at least get the accents right. At least get the accents right. Accents. Well, thank you, ladies. As we've discussed, I was actually hoping for a more superior storyline than the bastardized child coming to rule the country of Zamunda. But I digress. So let's move on with our discussion. The second question I have for you ladies today is, what was your initial reaction in the first 5 to 10 minutes of watching the movie? What was your initial reaction?
Well, I'll go again.
Because honestly, it felt like the drama slapped me in the face from the get-go, honestly.
Oh, okay.
Right? I was like, they must have watched 1,000 Nollywood movies for them to come up with this storyline. Like one.
Of course,
You know,
of course.
he needs an heir to the throne. The second part was he has 3 daughters. And the third one was that he had magically he had a son, and the son now is not even in Zamunda. So I mean, it's like 4 drama lines,
Right? Yeah.
4 drama storylines packed into
So much
one.
drama.
I'm like, I've seen this all too well. I know how this is gonna end.
Oh yes.
This like Nigerian style. Even at one point, I thought I was watching Wakanda again. You know, it was like Wakanda with the illegitimate son. I mean, what's with the illegitimacy in all these American, African movies? It's crazy, right? Yeah. Why all the time? I too sense that negative direction in the plot. You know,
You're
I'm
definitely
like,
right, yeah.
fine, drama sells, but there are other options. I know I haven't written or directed any movie, but at least there are other options apart from, you know, going with the narrative of the illegitimate son, if you will. You know what I'm saying? We just have to go with it. Sorry for you guys at home who haven't watched the video yet. Definitely watch it before you watch this, okay? You know, I think after 30 years, I wish the cast would have actually gone to Africa for vacation or inspiration on, you know, the second part of the movie. You know, I feel like this was a wasted chance at getting to know Africa from an American point of view. I feel like a lot of Americans have lost a chance to get to really know Africa. At least we got to see Wakanda. Even though it's a fake country in Africa, at least we got to see Wakandians better than Zamundians. So I was very disappointed. You're definitely right. I think taking the crew to Africa actually would have been a very good idea for the cast to, you know, kind of figure out what they're trying to emulate, at least. You guys agree? I mean, don't we have mansions in Africa? Like, seriously, you know? Don't we have mansions in Africa? That they could have shot this at. We definitely have mansions in Africa. So I don't know why they couldn't, you know, at least. Well, thank you, ladies, for your contribution so far. Moving on in this episode, the next question is, what did they get wrong in making this movie? What did they get wrong to you? What did they get wrong in this movie? Well, Ms. Jugu, would you like to start us off on this one? Actually, let me go again because I don't want to lose my train of thought. I'm sorry, you get your chance, Ms. Jugu. Well, you can,
right?
Ms. Jogo. Yes, you can.
Yes.
Really?
Just go. It's okay. Just go.
Where do I even start? So one, where in Africa do you see, where in Africa have you heard that royals get bathed naked? Like, I haven't heard of it before.
Certainly not
I've
my
never heard of
hometown.
it before.
That one shocked me.
I don't care how rich you
Definitely.
are, you still have to wash yourself. So I don't know where in Africa they are practicing this, that you get to bathe, you know, they wake you up. You don't wake yourself up. There's no alarm clock that wakes you up. And then people have to bathe you. Like, I hope people are not believing this about Africans, please. All right? I hope people are not believing this because this is not real. The second thing is, why do Americans always have to think Africans are fighting lions or that they have wild animals in their backyards? I honestly don't know where they got this from. Like seriously. Okay, maybe I can get it because of the tribal marks, from some Africans. That's for a group of people purpose. That's just to show where people are from. So I don't know where they're getting this notation that we're fighting animals in our backyards and we live in a barbaric manner. It's
Definitely
so
true.
disgusting and very annoying. The third thing was cutting people's private parts, and people were laughing. I'm like, this is not funny. It's not funny. I'm like, oh my goodness. Now Americans are gonna think this is what they're doing to Africans back home. It's so disturbing, unfortunately. And this is why I said people need to go back to you need to go back to Africa. You need to take vacations in Africa. They don't do this. I mean, if they do, please let me know in the comment section. Please prove me wrong. I don't know where they're doing this. And if they do, it's disturbing. And what is it with this one mansion in the middle of the forest? It's not Africa. It's not Zamunda. It's not representation. One mansion in the middle of a forest? That's dangerous. I wouldn't do that.
Can I talk now? Okay.
Can you talk now?
Yes, sure.
Yes. Miss Google, go ahead, talk.
Where are the giants of Africa in this movie? That's my stand. America was 90% of Coming to America Part 1. And Part 2, you're supposed to be in Zamunda for the past 30 years, but we're not seeing no Africa of 30 years in the Part 2 of the movie. So I was disappointed. I would have loved to see more. And that would mean a lot to Africans here in America. Let's see more of Africa. Let's see more of Africa. That's all we're asking.
So, well, thank you so much for your contribution. So what exactly did they get right? We've already talked about what they got wrong in this movie, you guys. So can you at least tell us what they got right in the movie? Because I wish someone told me or reinforced the fact that movies are made up. Yes, there are moments of truth in them, but to me, that's like less than 1% in all movies, So I feel like one has to be open-minded, but not lose. I always say people shouldn't lose themselves. They shouldn't lose themselves to other people's imagination, because at the end of the day, these movies that we watch are someone's imagination and they're not true. Don't lose yourself in the fantasies, in someone else's fantasy. That's what I see it. Coming to America is like a fantasy. It's fiction. I tell my kids now, whatever they watch on TV, whatever they watch on YouTube, 99% of them are not true. Most of them are made up. So I don't want them growing up making assumptions that whatever they see on TV is the truth and that it's real. I can say, and I'm sure you guys can attest to this, that, a lot of our generations have grown up thinking what we watch on TV is the real deal, and it's not. So if you're watching TV thinking this is the real deal, trust me, if you go back and verify, 99, maybe not 99%, but at least 95% of what we see are not true. Same thing with pictures, same thing with videos, same thing with Instagram, same thing with social media. You can't trust everything you see verbatim. You have to be true to yourself. And it's not like intended lies. There are some that are intended lies, but not all of them are true. So live your life like you want to live it. Don't base it on someone else's inconsistencies. You're definitely right, because at the end of the day, we have to live the real part of our lives. No alternate realities, no daydreaming, no fantasies, good old real life. And what we see, what we have seen from this movie is not real. This is not real. Definitely. I agree with that.
We can't take someone else's imagination and then make it real in our own lives. That is not a smart thing to do. Thank you, Miss Jogo, for that. Take the movie as it is. It's a comedy, it's fiction, it's fantasy. You know, it's not real. I wouldn't think Zamunda was real. I would say Wakanda is more real than Zamunda, because we saw the people, we saw Wakandians, we saw what they were about, we saw their people, we saw their rivals, we saw a lot of things about Wakandians. So I was hoping for a lot more of Zamundians. What I actually loved in this movie was the fashion. The storyline was maybe because I've seen too many Nollywood movies. Some of them are a little too far-fetched. So I know what drama is, and you know, this movie was definitely drama. You know, it all just proves that we are alike, we are one. We're just separated by oceans. You can just imagine if there aren't oceans as dividers, you know? That's a good point there. And imagine if we had easier access into other countries, you know? Let's focus on the movie we're talking about. The next question is, what are the future implications from what was presented in this movie? All right, Ms. Jogo is going to go first on this one. I remember when I first came into this country many moons ago, people still thought we had Tarzan swinging in the trees somewhere in the forests, somewhere in, you know, African forests, talking to animals. And unfortunately, this movie continues to push the narrative that we have wild animals in our backyards. I've never seen a wild animal in my yard. Never. I mean, seriously, the only place I ever saw a lion or an elephant was I had to go to a zoo, because that's where they should be. Unless I'm in the forest. Why would I ever want to go into a forest? No. I don't think they'll know. You know, that's where they should be. And what royal palaces you keep animals, those type of animals, in their keep anyway? Talk less of fighting them. Please let us know in the comment section if you know of any. Yes. Help Laraddiji out, please. Thank you. So what you're both saying is that in the 20th century, American movies have continued to shut Africa and Africans out by pushing and continuing to push the story of jungle living in Africa. Is that what you guys are saying? We have developed cities invested in by Americans in Africa. We have developed towns and enviable states to live in. And even though Americans, you know, woke Americans continue to travel back home, it's just not represented in the media. I totally agree with you. I agree. Media controls a lot of things. Perception, reality. So it's very important that we get things right. Definitely. I totally agree that women should be able to lead nations. You know, we definitely need to work on that. I mean, it's been too long. We are in an age where women are doing a lot more, and I think leading nations. There are women that are leading nations, but in the little parts of our lives, in the little parts of life, I think women should definitely be given more to handle, because we do awesome jobs. Definitely. Well, I want to thank you ladies immensely for joining me today, for being on my show. It's been a while since I've seen you guys, and I want to thank you guys for taking out the time to be with me today. All right. It's a wrap, you guys. Thank you for watching this episode, this movie review. You guys are awesome. If you are new here and you love videos like this, do subscribe to Laraddiji's LinPRinP, but most importantly, click the bell notification for all my video uploads. So when I do upload a video, you're gonna be one of the few people, well, one of the special people to get the notification. And remember that at the end of the day, to rest in peace, we all need to be living in peace. Stay blessed. Bye. You'll see me in my next one. You see me in my next one. See me in my next one. You see me in my next one. Bye.